Please welcome Dinaw Mengestu. You've written journalism from Darfur and from Uganda, and does that, on the ground reporting, does that affect how you think about your fiction?
It does. I mean, more and more so. Like, it never began with, I never thought that actually I was that compelled to do journalism. It was always fiction was the sort of primary drive. And then, in my first book, the characters play this game where they talk about the coups and different revolutionary figures across Africa's history. And that became a way of thinking that, well, wouldn't it be interesting to figure out who these people are? Right? Because part of the idea is that we talk about the politics and violence in Africa in such generic terms. We say, well, there's sort of tribal violence or ethnic violence there, but we do this so because we don't know the names of the people responsible for those acts of violence, because we don't have a serious political engagement with understanding how politics creates ethnicity, right? Or how politics creates these divisions in service of particular men and particular leaders. And so trying to figure out how to write about that as a journalist became increasingly more and more like it bleeds into your fiction in ways that I never really expected. So in this novel, there are scenes of sort of violence and scenes of revolution that take place in my version of Uganda in the 1970s that owe as much to my experiences in Darfur as they do to my experiences in Eastern Congo. And part of that is this like frustration, right? Realizing that certain cycles of violence continue to repeat themselves. So knowing that you were watching sort of a revolutionary movement happen in Sudan in 2007, and it bears almost identical to ones that happened in the 1970s and 80s. The frustration with governments, the frustration with poor institutions, the fact that people feel like picking up weapons, it becomes their only means of having change in their countries. And so you've realized like they bleed into your stories, right? They become a part of you, the same way the stories of my father become a part of me.